Hello all. I was given the topic leadership, but instead of talking about leadership, I will tell you a story about a mentor of mine. So let's go back to 2003. It was around 3:04 in the evening, and this was the very first time I went to my new college. I was hanging in my mother's arm and walking down the main street of the school. And there was this 50-year-old man who was wearing shoes and a t-shirt and working in the garden. And I thought maybe he's the gardener or a worker in the school. But to my surprise, my mom went to him and said, "Good evening, brother." And I was surprised. Later, I got to know he was the Reverend Brother Principal of the school. The brother had a habit of walking around the school every morning. He was surrounded by the prefects and he was walking around the school. While he was walking around the school, he picks up every polythene wrapper, toffee wrapper, or the piece of garbage he sees and puts that in his pocket. And we could not just stand still, and we followed him and picked up the toffee wrapper we saw. And when he was walking around the main gate, all the students who entered the gate did the same. Picked up the toffee wrapper we saw, and we put them in our trouser pockets. And when we go to the dustbin, we dump them. Up to now, most of the old boys of the school had this habit of putting our toffee wrapper or the piece of garbage we see, and we pick them and put it in our trouser pocket or the pocket of our bag, and later we dump them. He did this each and every single morning, and he went to all the classrooms, went to the media unit and talked to the scouts, board of prefects, and everybody. And all of them followed his example. And this Reverend Brother Principal, was a different man. He changed the way we look at a principal of a school. He had a nickname for each and every student of the school. It may be Lokunnahe, Unnahe, Kollo, likewise. So when he saw us roaming around the school, he calls us Lokunnahe koy danne, and we are terrified of him. And when he calls us, and we stand still and answers, "Brother, we are going to the Red Cross, so we are going to the washrooms," likewise. But he is just really friendly, and okay, Buddha, go to the classroom soon. Get your work done and go to the classroom soon. I know he knew most of the students by the first name, and most of the students had a nickname as well. And I remember another day, so we were in grade 7 or 8. We were playing in the playground. It was off period, but it was not the interval. we were playing in the playground, the whole class, 40 students. And suddenly we saw a white gown walk into the playground, and immediately we knew that it was the brother principal. And we stood still. We could not run away. We stood still. And he came to us, playing cricket, no? What's the period you have? Okay, we answered, brother, it was a free period. The teacher is absent today. Okay. So when you have free period again, just tell me. Don't take these chairs as stumps. I have stumps in the office, and there are bats and balls as well. If you want to play football, there are footballs and everything as well. Come to the office, just inform me. I will give you the goods. He knew that he could not control us, so he could not stop us going to the playground in school hours. But he came up with a plan to minimize it, to control it. It worked. Next time we wanted to go to the playground, we were afraid to go to the office and say, brother, we have free period, shall we play? So we stopped going to the playground in the school hours, and that worked. And that's why I say he is a different man. And he was a very friendly guy. Like when I remember when I was getting ready for a competition, and there were 3 of us, and he personally trained us. He made us prepared, and it was not during the school hours as well. It was before this school or after school. He trained us and made sure we were prepared. But thinking back, what he did actually was made us believe in ourselves. He made us be confident in ourselves. And we went on, and actually we were able to get a place in the competition. And I know he personally talked to people, talked to the students in places where we needed advice. He advised us and trained us personally. He took it personally. And the way he managed the school is very different. Like, we hardly saw him with a cane. Like, he was always walking around the school and talking to the students. Puta, what are you doing now? What period do you have? Likewise. And we tend to tell the truth. We had a lot of respect to him, but it was not fear. We had respect. And he was more friendly than being very fearful. So we never hesitated going to the office and talk to him about our personal issues. One time there was this school function we had to prepare for, and it was really late. It was around 8 p.m. and there were 20 students working and in the main hall, and he came wearing a short and the t-shirt as usual during this after school hours. And he made sure each and every microphone is working, each and every light bulb is working. And when we finished the work, he called us and asked whether we have had dinner. And we said no, brother. And he took us to the brother's quarters, brother's house we call. And he ordered some food and shared it with us. And that made us love the school more and work more for the school. So all of the students of my school are very keen to organize things at school, work for the school, events, maybe a sports meet, a media day, science day, commerce day. They were very keen and they worked very hard for that, because they knew they get recognized, and the leader himself is working with them, and there's nothing that can go wrong. So we were very enthusiastic to work at the school. And there was this very special quality he had. He knew the background of almost all the students who was enrolled to the school, whether he comes from rich or poor. And this is after I graduated from the school. I got to know that there were around 200-300 students who could not pay for their lunch. And we never knew, because the school itself had given them scholarships, the food, books, and money for tuitions as well. And he made sure that nobody knew. Those students worked hard, and I know most of them are in good places now. I told this story because I think he was a great leader, a great mentor. I think that those qualities should be in each and every leader. Those qualities should be a must in them. To summarize the qualities he had, he was a person who led the school by example. He was a practical man. When he picks up this toffee wrapper, we had to pick up the toffee wrapper. We could not just stand still. When he worked along with us at a school event, we had to work. So I think that's a great quality, and that's a quality that all leaders should have. He never inferred fear to us, but he was more friendly to us. He was not bossing us around, but with respect he was guiding us. He was personally taking care of each of his students, and he didn't let others know that if a student is in trouble. One of the biggest qualities that I saw in him is how he managed the situations. Instead of controlling the situation, he found a remedy. He used strategies to handle the situations. Like when we were playing in the playground, he just told us, come to the office next time, I will arrange the goods for the sport. And then we actually stopped going to the playground in school hours. He used tricks and strategies to handle the situation. Most of all, he was kind And he made us believe in ourselves, and he made us be confident in ourselves. He made us leaders. I think that made him a great leader, and we all respect him so much. He made a lot of us leaders. That's the best thing he did. A great leader should make his fellows leaders as well. Most of the students of him are now CEOs, CDOs, entrepreneurs, businessmen, engineers, doctors. They are leading the society by example. So he is a man to follow. But 9 years ago, he left us. Actually, he was working for the rehearsal. He was working at the rehearsal of school prize giving in the main auditorium when he left us. So at the very last moment of him, he was leading the school by example. He is one I respect the most. He is late Reverend Brother Tansil Mandis, and I know most of the students of my school have a huge respect for him, and we still love him a lot. May his soul rest in peace. Let's try to be a good leader. These qualities are very basic, but if we follow them, we can be great leaders. We should be practical. We should be down to earth. We should know the background of our fellows who are working with us. We should not interfere to the people who are working with us. We should be friendly, and we should earn their respect. After all, we should make our fellows confident, motivated, and make them the leaders as well. That's what a great leader should do. Make his fellows leaders as well. With that, I'll stop. Thank you.